It gives me a great joy to be here once again, joining forces with you to chart a way forward for our beloved country. We at Deloitte are proud to be associated with this summit as knowledge partner. We have done this consistently for the past 10 years. I have been asked to speak on the topic From Reform to Results, Translating Leadership, Technology, and Industrialization into Measurable Economic Impact for Ghana. Let me say that there have been exciting and tough times, but the future looks bright. It is for this reason that today's gathering is critical to the country's quest to transition from lower middle income to an upper middle income ahead of the projected 2038 target. The economy has seen remarkable turnaround, with most indicators pointing to the right direction. This is supported by the completion of the Economic Credit Facility Program in May and the introduction of the 36-month Policy Coordination Instrument, the PCI. Nonetheless, there are lingering concerns that need to be addressed quickly if we are to deepen this progress. Tax revenue remains below target, with total tax revenue to GDP still at 13% in 2025, well below the sub-Saharan African average of about 18%. This calls for decisive action in our tax collective system. The return to the bond market to raise capital is welcome news. We recommend to the government to borrow to finance specific productive investment in the infrastructure sector. The Value for Money Office Bill 2026 was passed by Parliament in February this year. Among many others, legislation aims to curb inflated public contracts, budget overruns, and wasteful spending. The initiative is a laudable one. However, the implementation of many legislation in this country has been challenging. We hope the Value for Money Office starts work on schedule in January 2027 as promised by the Honorable Minister of Finance. Our advice is that the office must be given a free hand to operate, to function properly. Mr. President, rising unemployment among graduates. Despite recording an average of 5% of GDP growth during pre-pandemic and even post-pandemic, our economy has seen little expansion in the real sector. The recent monetary policy report by the Bank of Ghana is a clear testament that despite the attainment of macroeconomic stability, its associated effect on the macroeconomy have been slow. The rapid growth of the youth population calls for immediate diversification of the economy to create real and adequate jobs. An economy driven by mining and a few subsectors does not generate enough jobs. These sectors cannot accommodate the several tens of thousands of graduates annually from our universities and our colleges. Indeed, research has shown that about 15% of fresh graduates secure their first real employment between 6 to 2 years after they leave university. Others could stay home for close to 6 years before securing a kind of permanent job. We should treat rising unemployment as a national issue. The burning question we should find answers are: how do we address the issue of unemployment? How do we incentivize existing businesses to expand their operation? What is the driving model for entrepreneurship to encourage fresh graduates to start their own businesses? How have other countries dealt with graduate unemployment, and what lessons can we learn? Mr. President, the way forward. Technology and job creation. In tackling unemployment, and Chairman mentioned, one important tool to prioritize for enhancing job creation is digitalization. Though we appreciate some of the work being done by the Ministry of Communication, Digital Technology and Innovation, there are enormous opportunities in the digital economy, e-commerce and digital trade, artificial intelligence, platform-based activities, digital financial services, as well as technology infrastructure data utilization. We must capitalize on these numerous opportunities to address the vast unemployment. Technological and vocational education. It is time for us to lay greater emphasis on technical and vocational education. China, Japan, among others, have highly embraced technological education to become giants in today. Other European countries have also done the same. Mr. President, incentives for local manufacturers. Another way to address the rising unemployment is for the government to incentivize the private sector, especially the manufacturing sector and its value chain, with relief measures and other support to enable the sector to expand and employ substantial number of our graduates. The national policy on integrated oil palm development aims to establish about 10,000 hectares of new plantation and create 250,000 jobs through 500 million financing window. These are promising policies, but their fulfillment implementation is necessary to generate jobs and drive sustainability. We also want to urge the government to increase its support for the agriculture sector. We have seen so many policies in the past, but we need to deliberately actionable policies to transform the sector. Other investment drive. We fully support the new Ghana Investment Promotion Authority Bill, since it represents a significant modernization and expansion of Ghana's investment legal framework, with the removal of minimum foreign capital requirement except for trading, and a more robust dispute resolution overall. The new law, once operationalized, will provide greater harmonization with international and domestic law, investor protection, and effort, a more facilitative approach to both local and foreign investment to businesses that should take advantage of this. I hope this law will stimulate investment in the dwindling upstream sector. In conclusion, Mr. President, I encourage the government, the business community, and the civil society to foster collaboration to drive sustainable business, stimulate job creation through innovation and deliberate policy creation, and enhance inclusive decision-making. I wish the 10th Ghana CEO Summit and Expo a great success. Thank you, and God bless our homeland, Ghana.